Alright, let's dive into this because next week's EastEnders is shaping up to be an absolute roller coaster, and I'm here to break it down with my thoughts, reactions, and a bit of speculation. Here's the deal: Walford is about to explode with drama, and I'm not just talking about your average soap opera chaos, this is next level. First off, let's talk about Gray. Personally, I think Gray's manipulation game is reaching new heights, and it's chilling. He's pulling Ian's strings like a puppet master, offering him protection in prison in exchange for getting Chelsea back into his orbit. What makes this really interesting is how Gray's tactics are evolving. He's not just physically abusive, he's a psychological manipulator, and that's way more dangerous. Ian refusing at first? Classic. But Gray knows how to escalate things, and that's what makes him such a compelling villain. From my perspective, this storyline isn't just about Gray's control, it's about how easily people can be manipulated when they're vulnerable. Now, let's talk about Sheila. She's kidnapping Jordan, and I'm like, what is her endgame here? Sheila's involvement feels like a wild card, and it's a detail I find fascinating. Is she just doing Gray's bidding, or does she have her own agenda? What this really suggests is that Gray's web of influence is far-reaching, and it's not just Chelsea or Ian who are in danger. Denise, battling leukemia, decides to rescue Jordan? That's bold, but it also raises a deeper question: how far will these characters go to protect their loved ones? Speaking of Denise, her decision to take action despite her illness is both inspiring and worrying. In my opinion, this storyline is a great way to highlight the strength of the female characters in EastEnders, but it also feels like it's pushing Denise to her limits. What many people don't realize is that acute myeloid leukemia is no joke, and throwing her into this high-stakes situation feels like a gamble. Will it pay off, or will it backfire? Now, let's shift gears to the teen drama because, honestly, it's a mess in the best way. Joel's attack is still a mystery, and the teens are all over the place. Amy, Lily, Denzel, they're all hiding something, and Craig is like the detective we didn't know we needed. One thing that immediately stands out is how Craig's involvement is adding a layer of tension. He's not just a copper, he's becoming a confidant, and that's a dynamic I'm here for. Amy's secret confession to Craig? That's a bombshell waiting to drop, and I'm curious about how it'll ripple through the group. Suki and Eve's clash over Jean's rent struggles? That's a whole other can of worms. Personally, I think this storyline is a great way to explore the complexities of family dynamics and financial stress. Suki's role as the landlady feels like a power play, but Eve's concern for the Slaters adds a human touch. What this really suggests is that even in a place like Walford, money issues can tear people apart or bring them together. And let's not forget Max and Cindy's wedding plans. New Year's Day 2027? That's ambitious. But Priya's performance at the car lot? That's a red flag. In my opinion, this storyline feels like it's setting up for a classic soap opera twist. Are Max and Cindy really endgame, or is Priya about to throw a wrench in the works? Finally, Nicola's behavior is sparking concern, and I'm intrigued. Her new friendship with Eve feels unexpected, but it's a detail I find fascinating. What many people don't realize is that Nicola's past is a mystery, and with her family moving to Albert Square, it's clear we're about to get some answers. Her taking on too much, especially on the anniversary of her dad's death? That's a recipe for emotional turmoil. If you take a step back and think about it, next week's EastEnders is all about power, secrets, and the lengths people will go to protect what they love. Gray's manipulation, Sheila's kidnapping, Denise's rescue mission, the teen drama, it's all interconnected. What this really suggests is that Walford is a place where no one is safe, and everyone has something to hide. So, here's my closing thought: EastEnders is at its best when it's messy, emotional, and unpredictable. Next week's episodes feel like they're ticking all those boxes, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. What do you think? Are you Team Denise, or are you more interested in Gray's next move? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more breakdowns like this. Cheers!